Everyone, I'm Heba and welcome back. Finally going to use these two new products from Milani that I showed in my big haul video, I believe a couple months ago. They're not new products anymore probably, but I'm finally able to sit down and use these two new products from Milani. And it's the all-in-one eye, cheek, and face palette, and it comes in two shades, and I picked them up both. You have the volume 110 light to medium and volume 120 medium to deep. Let me show them to you side by side. So here's the light to medium and here's medium to deep. And also the packaging is different on the outside so you can tell which one is which. This is light to medium, this is medium to dark. Now these retail for $14.99, but I picked mine up at Walmart and I believe it was $1 cheaper, $13.97. So this is a good price point for a palette that does it all. And I just want to see if you get a lot of bang for your buck in this one. It does come in a cardboard case with a magnetic closure and a mirror. And in both of these, you do get a highlighter, a bronzer, 3 eyeshadows, and 2 cheek products. I believe one is more matte and this one has a little bit more shimmer to it, probably like a topper. Now these are similar to the Charlotte Tilbury face and cheek palette, and for me, I'm not a big fan of those because they are a little light and does look a little ashy on my skin. So I don't have any of those palettes from Charlotte Tilbury. So I didn't want to spend that much money on a product that didn't work on my skin tone or use one or two things from that palette. And actually, let me look here. The Charlotte Tilbury did come out with a new instant look in a palette, that's what it's called. And she made it in 2 different shades, kind of like what Milani did. The new Look of Love instant look in a palette. This one is the light and it's called the Pretty Blushed Beauty. And it's kind of the same concept. It has 3 eyeshadows, it has a bronzer, a blush, a highlight, and with the new ones by Charlotte Tilbury, it includes a face powder. And then here is the one for medium skin tone. And even the medium one on me, I think it's going to be too light, especially the face powder. I mean, it's pretty. Those eyeshadows in there looks really pretty. Bronzer may be a little light for me. The cheek and the highlight is nice. But again, with the face powder, probably won't work for me. Now I want to show you this one. It's her older instant look in the palette. This one I believe is the Stone Rose Beauty, and I believe they're out of stock. But if you look at this one, it also has the 3 eyeshadows, the bronzer, and this one has 2 blushes and a highlight. It doesn't have the face powder like the new versions. Just wanted to throw that out there. And the bronzer and the highlight is in a bigger pan, which for me, I would prefer the blushes to be in the bigger pan, but that's just me. What's nice about the Milani ones, I think they're a perfect size pans. I like how they put the eyeshadows in the middle and everything else is a good size pan. All right, let me go ahead and use these palettes. And what I'm going to do is use one for one side and the other for the other side. So for this side, I'm going to use the light to medium, and this side, I'm going to use the medium to dark. Now for the brushes, I don't have 2 of every brush that I have. So what I'm going to use from switching to the light to the medium to dark is this little towel. Just kind of wipe the brush off of it. It's a little microfiber towel. So hopefully there'll be no contamination between the 2. And all I have on my face is primer, concealer, and foundation. So let me go ahead and prime my eyes with the Hourglass eyeshadow primer. And while I'm priming my eyes, let me go ahead and show you the swatches of these 2 palettes. I swatched them all on my arm. The top row is the light to medium, as you can see, and the bottom is the medium to deep. The first shade is the highlighter, second is the bronzer, then the next 3, those are the eyeshadows, and then the last 2, those are the blushes. Let me go ahead and start on this side. I'm left-handed, so I always start with my left side. I'm going to go with the medium to deep. Now, even though it does say, highlight, bronzer, eyes, cheeks, you don't have to use it for that part of the face. Maybe the bronzer, I want to use it for my eyes, or the highlighter, I could use it also for my eyes. And I think that's what I'm going to do, kind of mix it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and start with this one for the eyes. And I'm going to use that one as my transition shade. And also the foundation that I'm using is also by Milani. It's one of my favorite ones. It's the Screen Queen. I can never say that. And it's in the shade 380. And the concealer that I'm using is the one by Hourglass. Let's go ahead and use this shade, that on the outer corner, just to get a feel for the pigmentation there. Not bad. And I'm trying not to let the reflection show too much on camera here, but I have to have the mirror up at an angle so I can see. But hopefully it won't be too bad. But let's continue. I'm going to put that in the outer corner. It's looking really good. It's not showing any dryness, and the pigmentation is there. Brush y'all in a little closer, and let's go ahead and use the bronzer in this palette with the same brush, the Sonia G Detail Pro, and also put that in the outer corner. And just concentrate that in the outer corner. So I think what I'm going to do is just do one eye at a time. instead of switching back and forth. So yeah, I'm just going to pack that shade, the bronzer shade, in the outer corner. And kind of bring it in my lid. Now I've got the reference number 15, and I'm going to go in with this shade in the eyeshadows, the deeper shade. And also the Rain, I'm getting allergies, and it's in my eyes, and it seems like I'm a little blurred right now. It's hard for me to see. It just feels like that there's something in my eye, and if I do anything, it feels very itchy, and I'm trying not to itch it, because once I start itching, I can't stop. Right now, I look a little blurry on the viewfinder for me, so I hope I'm not blurry to you. Now, let's go in with this metallic shade for the eyes. I'm going to use my finger. That's a pretty copper shade there. All right, let me place that in the center of my lid. That is a pretty copper shade. Looks like a shiny new nickel. Now I'm going to go in with the highlighter shade, and I'm going to place that in the inner corner of my eye. I like that. That's a pretty combo there. I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. It's reference number 13, and I'm going to go in with this deep shade for the eyeshadows again. Just kind of build up the outer corner. Just kind of pack that on. And then using the first brush with no product on it, and just kind of blend the crease out. You know, I like that look. I like that copper look. Should I start on the other side or continue with my face? Let me just do the eyes first, and then we'll do the face. How about that? Now for the light to medium. Again, here it is. It's a little bit more pink. The medium to deep is a little bit more red. Wipe the brush on the microfiber towel. Going in with the same brush, and also going in with the bronzer on this palette. And using as my transition shade. And because I'm left-handed, this side is always off. Okay, you can see some color there. Now I'm going to go in with this light pink, I believe it's a matte shadow. And I'm going to also put that in my transition, in my crease there. Okay, can't see that shade. Try to build it up some more. Let me use a little bit of a stiffer brush. This is the Tom Ford brush, and going back into this pink shade. Let's see if we can see it. Okay, I can see a little bit of pink on my lids there. Or my crease. Okay, not bad. Now using the same brush by Tom Ford, I'm going to go in to this shade, deeper eyeshadow shade, and putting this one in my outer corner. Yeah, this one's a little bit light. You don't see much of the pigment on me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to place that all over my lid. I do see some powder flying off. Actually, this is not a bad shade for all over the lid. Kind of a one and done. Very simple look. And there was some kick up from that shade. So now let's go in with this metallic shade. Pretty pink there. I could probably end this look here, but I just want to try this metallic shade. And just place that all over my lid on top of that matte shade. Okay, this metallic shade is a little patchy. Yeah, it's a little patchy. I'm going to go in with this deeper eyeshadow shade with a little bit of a thinner brush, reference number 13. I'm just going to put a little bit on the outer corner and kind of in my crease, just to give me a little bit more definition there. And then going back in with the fresh brush to blend everything out with no product on it. I'm going to put a little bit more of that metallic pink shade because it is a little patchy there. Alright, there is some fallout, especially on this side, that copper shade. Let me go ahead and clean up underneath my eyes and then do the rest of my eye makeup like the brows, eyeliner, mascara, and I'll be right back and we'll start playing with the blushes and the highlighter. Alright, I'm back, cleaned up underneath my eyes and added a little bit more concealer because there was a little bit of fallout here and from my finger here. So let me let you know what I put underneath my eyes. For this side, the light to medium, I placed the darker shade underneath my eyes on this eye. And the medium to deep, I applied this one and this one in the outer corner underneath my eyes. And then did my brows with the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade number 4 and applied a tinted brow gel. This is by Suku in the shade number 01. Use the Tom Ford eyeliner pen on both eyes. And of course, this eye pencil by Essence, I placed that in the waterline, and on this side, I placed it underneath my eyes. This side, I only placed it in the waterline. And the mascara, this one's by Uma Beauty, and it's the Extreme Volume Moisturizing Mascara. All right, now let's put bronzer, blush, and highlighter. I think I forgot to mention bronzer when I went to go finish doing my eyes. And the lipstick, I'm using the KKW Beauty Lip Liner in shade number 2, Nude 2. Lipstick is by Pat McGrath, Labeija, and the lip gloss by Hourglass in the shade Cosmic. Just add a little sparkle to my lips. Now let's go on to the bronzer. Let me go with the medium to deep, and I'm using the Japanese bronzer brush. So let's go in with the bronzer. Not bad. It's laying very nicely on my skin. It's not looking too dry or powdery. Get a little bit more. Not bad. Okay, let me clean off the brush. I can tell you that this is going to be very light on me, but let's go ahead and use it. It has some nice pickup, but let's see if we can see it on my skin. Okay, there's a nice little golden hue to it. My eyes is a little bit blurry, so I can't see very well in the viewfinder. But what do you think, guys? But I have to tell you that it's laying very nicely on my skin. It's not looking powdery or cakey or anything like that. Let me put a little bit down my nose on this side. And let me get the darker and put it there. Now for the blush, and the brush that I'll be using is this one by Real Techniques. I don't think they make this one anymore. Let me just wipe it off, and this towel is getting dirty. Look at that. Let's go on the light side first, just in case there's any product left over on the brush. So let me use this matte blush shade. Got some nice pickup. Tap it off and place that here. Actually, that's a pretty shade. Next, I'm going to go in with this topper type shade for the blush and place it on top. It does have a little bit of a shimmer there. Actually, I kind of like that. Just kind of place it on the apple of my cheeks. Okay, what do you think? Ooh, that gave it some shine there. I don't know if I need a highlighter, but we're still going to try it. Okay, let me wipe off the brush. Now for the medium to deep. Oh, it's this one. Now for the medium to deep. Ooh, that's a pretty color. I like that. I don't put too much because this is pigmented there. Wipe that off. Now go for this topper blush shade and also place that in the apples on my cheek and just kind of go up. Okay, that one is pigmented. Probably should not have put that much. Let me wipe off a little bit. What do you think? That also gives me some shine there too. Yeah, I put too much, didn't I? Now let's go in with the highlighter. Let me go to the light to medium shade. This is the Fan Brush by Sonia G, and let's use some highlight. Carefully place it here because I've got a lot of shine going on there with that topper blush shade. Not bad. Let me get a little bit more and just place that underneath my brows there. Let's go in with this one. I like this one because it's more of a peachy highlighter. Place that there. Okay, it's not bad. It's not a bam in your face highlighter. Not like that topper blush shade. That one gives you some shine there. I'm going to place it underneath my brows too to highlight that. All right, there you go. Probably do need to tame down this side. Oh, let me just try to tame down this side. Well, all right, what do you think, guys? Here is the light to medium. And here's medium to deep. Let me come up closer so you can see. Okay, yeah, I put a little bit too much blush on the medium to deep. A little too much. Here's light to medium. I kind of like the blush combo here. But here's the eyeshadows. Medium to deep has a real pretty coppery shade in there, where the light to medium is more pink. And I don't know if you can see if it's patchy there. And I have to say that it's looking really nice. It's not looking dry or cakey. And the eyeshadow's not transferring to the top there, which is nice, the metallic shade. But I have to say that this metallic shade is a little patchy on me. I don't know, because I placed it over a matte shade. I don't know. This is the finished look. What do you think, guys? I kind of like them both, especially the blush here. I thought it'd be too light, but I kind of like it. So here's the light to medium and medium to deep. Yeah, I think this turned out to be a good look, and for $13, $14, $15 for this all-in-one palette, I think so far, I think you get a lot of bang for your buck. Sure is a lot cheaper than the Charlotte Tilbury. And if you're my skin tone or deeper, I think this, actually I think both of them would work. On the light to medium, if you need a little bit more dimension to your eyes, you may need to pull in another palette for a darker shade, but this is not bad for like an everyday look. I'm jumping in here because when I was outside, my husband looked at me and he said, "Did you get some fillers in your cheeks recently?" I'm like, what do you mean? And I think what it is I put that blush topper here on the apples of my cheek to make it look like I have full cheeks. And I brought them here, and I just want to let y'all know. Tell me what you said again.
No, seriously, I was sitting down doing my paperwork, and then I looked at you and said, "Oh, did you have a recent filler in your cheek?"
I would tell you if I did.
Oh, well.
Yes, I would. No, I did get Botox in the beginning of this year. I think maybe February.
Yeah, but I think this side, the left side.
My left side?
Yeah, it looks more like 3Ds.
Wow. My makeup consultant. Not
bad.
bad.
No, I'm just telling you how I see it. It really looks beautiful.
Yeah, I kind of like that shimmer right here on the apples of my cheek because it does make my cheeks look fuller. And Shoka didn't even notice that I used two different looks. You know, this was the medium to deep, and this one was the light to medium. So yeah, he didn't even notice that, or I should say that he thought it was the same makeup. So which side do you like then? Let me go ahead and ask you that.
I like the left side.
The left side. The medium to deep. I myself like the cheeks in the light to medium. The eye look, I do need to have a little bit more of a deeper shade, especially in the outer corner. Not bad for, was it $13, $14, $15? Under $15, a whole look in one palette. And obviously it makes my cheeks look fuller. Alright, back to the video. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.